Every year we set resolutions to work harder or maybe achieve more. But what about if this new year was the year we actually resolved to rest better? Hello, my name is Amy Amaya. On this channel, I share my journey with MECFS and what I have learned about restoring balance and rediscovering rest. Welcome to my Chronicas. Living with chronic fatigue syndrome, I have learned that real rest is the basis for balance and building up some capacity. And it's not just about sleep or just sitting in the couch, scrolling on your mobile or watching TV. It's about building sustainable rest into your normal everyday life. That's why I created my own Rest Solution Guide. And today I would like to share with you how you can build yours as well. The first step in your resolution is to take, of course, a clear look at how you are actually resting right now. So ask yourself, how do you actually rest? Is it something I do intentionally, or am I just collapsing at the end of the day, which is what I used to do? You should also ask yourself, what drains you the most? Is it work? Is it screens? Or even relationships? Or just the constant overstimulation that we all are kind of exposed to? Now, to make this practical, you can grab a notebook and do a quick journal exercise. I advise you to write a notebook instead of mobile, because for us living with MECFS, mobiles tend to overload our brain. So just write down what truly restores you, things that leave you feeling lighter or more energized versus what only kind of numbs you. This simple audit will help you see the difference between what is real rest and just mere distractions, and is the foundation for building a rest that actually works. I used to think that rest was sleeping or just sitting in front of my computer or my mobile or my tablet. No, rest goes a little bit beyond that. Now, once you have done the audit very quickly about your current rest habits, the next step is to build your own rest toolkit, right? This is about practical and everyday strategies that fit into your lifestyle. Let me give you some examples. Think about adding micro rest into your day. Simple practices like 5-minute breaks with a few deep breaths or stretching at your desk if you're working. For example, every 90 minutes, I schedule a between 5 and 7 minute meditation session in my Outlook calendar during those days when I'm working. Without these breaks, and I know they seem like, okay, 5-7 minutes, what's that? But hear me out. Without them, I can't function or get my work done. I still work a normal 9 to 5 job. So I definitely need those intentional micro breaks. And building in these very little breaks keeps my cognitive load low, my energy a little bit balanced. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I need a little bit more than that. But normally helps me to prevent to have a crash later. And if you have MECFS, I guess you are pretty familiar with the symptom that we all actually name crash, which is post-exertional malaise. And that's where this micro rest have helped me tons. Now, the second thing is to create tech boundaries. Screen and notifications normally keep us overstimulated even without realizing it. And that's why you should set some boundaries here. with screen-free times, like I do, for example, in the mornings or before bed. I'm pretty sure you have heard that before bed, to get a better sleep, you should actually shut down your screens like 1 hour or something like that before you are planning to go to bed. So the important thing here is to notice that even small changes like turning off non-essential alerts from your apps give your mind space to rest. The goal isn't to cut out tech completely, of course not. We all need our tech here and there, but actually to learn to use it more intentionally. Now, the third one is to try nature resets. You might already know or have heard that nature restores energy and actually calms the mind, calms the brain, the nervous system, and all these things that we have pretty unbalanced when we have MECFS or in general chronic illnesses. And the reality is that just a few minutes of sunlight, for example, or fresh air, or even greenery can make a huge difference. There are several studies about it. I'm not going to bother you with those things. I don't think that at this point we need to go into the intricacies of why this works and how it works in our brain. The thing is that it does, and I invite you to test by yourself and experience it by yourself. So try to step outside during breaks, or even bring plants into your own space if you have limited mobility at this point. You don't need hours in a forest. Unfortunately, it's very difficult nowadays for most of us who live in cities. But what you need is consistent, small doses of nature. And they act by themselves like a reset button. And they definitely help and support you in your journey of finding more balance. Another thing is to explore creative play. You know that rest can also mean joy, of course, and creative play like painting, even cooking, music, or any fun hobby definitely recharges you without pressure. Now, I know that most of us with MECFS have really limited capacity, and I don't know, a session of cooking can be a lot. So try to find something that you really enjoy. For example, when I have a lot of cognitive load, for me, painting, although I love it, is too much. And then I prefer to go to music because it requires a little bit less, at least for me, of my capacity. And I don't go, of course, with some tropical music, which I love. I rather go with some piano music and try to rest while I listen and enjoy the piece. Remember, here, the point is to do it for enjoyment. Even a few minutes can shift your mood and, restore a little bit of energy. Just try it. This one is very important, and it took me a while to realize it, and is to don't forget connection. Rest isn't only done in solitude. So I am an introvert, and I definitely need solitude to recharge. But time to time, I need to remember or to remind myself that relationships also matter. You don't need to go to parties, but maybe something as simple as a quick call or some nice, thoughtful check-ins can be deeply restorative. So prioritize connections that give you energy, and that really helps you recover. Remember, we humans are designed to be in company of other beings and definitely not insulated. Now it's time to turn reflection into action by designing your Rest-olution plan. So remember to start simple. Choose one rest practice each week to integrate so it feels doable and sustainable. I know that for people who have chronic illness, but not the limited capacity that we who have MECFS has, this type of plans is like, okay, this is so obvious, right? But remember that doing things like creating a rest calendar to guide you are important things in the journey of finding some balance and recovery. From my own journey with chronic fatigue syndrome, I found that treating rest like an appointment actually changed everything. When I schedule it, it kind of helped me build rhythm and structure that sometimes is not so visible to us because we are immersed in all these roller coaster of symptoms. Now, I would like to share what my first 6 months of this Rest-olution look like. Please remember, these are a simple guide for me. I don't like rigid rules. I do like a structure, but sometimes when I try to create, I don't know, routines, they take some time for me because of the condition. My days tend to be very different one to other. But once you are getting into a more balanced stage, it becomes easier. So at the first step, we need to keep flexibility very, very in the forefront of whatever we do. Now, here you can take a picture of the screen in case you would like to get some ideas from my own plan. In the past months, I've learned that rest doesn't have to be complicated. You just need to be intentional. And yes, this word is a word that I use a lot when talking about my strategies to finding balance while having a chronic illness. The thing is that small regular choices actually make life more manageable for us, or at least for me. And my hope is that this resolution video gives you ideas that you can also adapt to refine your own routine in the coming year. So, or in the present year, actually. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.